Good morning, all. We're getting to work. All right, guys. Issue 1 has no remaining red pages. I mean, it's done. It's sealed up. So, I'm eating tortilla chips. Because this morning, I was super hungry. All right. All right. Let's get cracking. Cracking. Because I'd like to have a viable operational print within the next few days. I certainly want to take it with me when I head out tonight. The kiddo needs to go to martial arts practice, and it happens to be right by the FedEx Kinko's. So I'm like, if I can finish at least the first run cleanup on this, then I can print it out and give it to, I can print out like 2 or 3 copies and give it to a couple of people to look at it over the weekend. We can get a couple of edits. But the first thing I'm going to do is bring up Brent's edits, because Brent had made some edits yesterday. So I'm going to implement those right away. I'm allergic to something. I'm allergic to the fact that I've got no viewers. All right. Bringing up what Brent had looked at, he'd gone through and amazingly done each page. He printed the whole monster out, which I didn't expect. And he went to each page and marked in here all the things, and I think that's a good idea. Like things like move this over just a little bit, or things like that. And though I did move her over a little, can't move her over too much, so she's still going to be over the safe just slightly. But I think that won't be as big of a deal once we get to a certain point. I have no idea if you guys can. Yeah, you can hear me just fine. So, okay, some things I'm allergic to something. I think they've been mowing, so I think we've got grass seed up. So forgive me. All right, that should be better. Clear some of that crap out of my nose. Oof. Sorry, guys. Super gross. So I'm not gonna leave this on this monitor. I'm gonna have to put it up on that monitor so that I can read it. So up it goes. So I apologize because I know that it's going to be difficult if you can't read it. All right. So what we have now over here, first of all, you will notice that last night I put in the splash page. I also feel like the cover is solid. I like the cover. We argued over the cover for a while last night on stream and settled it in, and I think that's the cover we want. I like it. It allows me to do covers in the same themes, in the same sort of style. So I've got a front, I've got a back cover. We've patched in everything. All of these are in. So we're going to go ahead and go page to page. Okay, so looking at this, everybody seems to be fine with this. I put a little Easter egg in this now. The coffee now has a little bit of an Easter egg in it, which will only make sense later on in the story. And when I say later on in the story, I mean way later on in the story. So that's that one. Page 1 didn't have any major problems, and I need to make sure that nothing in here needs to be colored in. I actually think I like it not colored in. So the signal that we are done with this page is we're going to take on top of the paper here, and we're going to just turn the paper off, and that's the signal we're done. So we'll take off the borders, and that means that I'm happy the page is solid. But I'm not sure that I'm totally happy because we're really kind of looking at this panel. This panel. I'm going to delete any of these open panels where it has nothing. We're going to look at this panel though. Can I put anything in this panel? So we don't have any backgrounds really going on here. We have a zipatone that's kind of going along here. It looks nifty. Open the window. Into shared resources. And textures. Use textures. Right here. I can use these alligator skin lines. Aha. Hello, Brett. You missed me singing your praises. I was singing your praises. Take this. Pop it in this panel alone. Paste it. That's what I'm singing your praises on. We're doing your notes now. There are a few things that I was saying, like, for example, you had marked here that she's over the line. I moved her over a little bit, but now she's crowding Chang in this panel, and her foot is kind of covering Chang, so I think I'm okay. This is not the print safe. This is the text safe. So this line in here represents a text safe, which means text should not go out of. So our general rules are this. This inner line is the text safe. So, all the lines are gone. They're only printed on this because they're like this, where it says that and all of that. That's all disappeared. Don't worry about it. All of these lines will go away. So, all of those will be gone. Ultimately, those are okay. I gotta fix this problem. I can't see anything. Let's see. Where's the link? Shouldn't be a link. I don't see a link. Is that right? Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Okay, I'll put in a sigh if you think that's something. And just put it, I'm okay with that. Around the black area. How are you getting in here? How are you getting in here? You should be able to get in here. There we go. Put this underneath here. Right? How is it getting in there? It's not supposed to get in. You know what? I'm over it. I'm over it. So, I've solved it. Now we'll call that page solid. All the corrections that Brent wanted are in. On this one, all we really wanted was, yeah, he's talking about this line, has several pages, that's that line. If I turn off the guides, you can see it, but the guides are in right now, so they don't stay unless I export them. When I export, and here's what I'm showing here, when I export multiple pages of PDF, I say okay, and I say yes. Then it says output image text, story information, the crop marks, and the default border. If I turn all of that off and just leave it with just text, then it just exports the artwork. So that's how it works. All right, all choppy again, huh? Here we go. Choppy. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Since I have all green bars and I'm super choppy, even on YouTube, we're going to reboot. Hang on. Hold on. There we go. See if that helped. Did that make it better? Yeah. There is something weird about YouTube, or about this art restream at this point, where it's real problems. Restream where it is when I load the show and start it's like it has a hard time getting moving, and then it finally starts the show, and I have to reboot. I just have to refresh the page, and it gets better as time goes on. So there's that. Anyway, so what I was saying was all of the lines that you see here, all these crop marks and things like that, that's a selection on the export file. So I select them to indicate, first of all, I need to indicate that this is the tankobon size right here, and that this is comic book size right here. So anything past the tankobon size is going to be on the comic book page, but not on the tankobon page. Which is why you were like, why are these extra panels here? And I'm like, well, let me explain. So we're going to go ahead and call this guy good. I'm not going to flatten him down, but what I did say was, from now on, to tell that we have something good is we're going to turn off this border to indicate we are done with the page. Or at least this pass we are done with the page. You know what I didn't do? I didn't turn off the border. Vincent. Let's go to the next page. Yeah, sure. I know it's totally cool. I'd rather, you caught these things. Moving into here on this page, that's what this guy down here is. He's down. This is a single frame that will be a connector frame between this and this on the comic page and on Webtoons, which is the same aspect ratio. So this scene here, we've got all of the color has come in again. So you didn't have any notes on this page. So I'm going to go ahead and just call it and save it. All right, go to the next page. Here are the things that... So I do feel like we have a collision here, but I think I disagree with you on this being I don't know, maybe filled in isn't a problem. Let's see. I'll give that a shot. Let's see what happens. It doesn't change it a whole lot. And this one, we're talking about maybe fading it out a little. And I think that's not a bad idea of some sort or another. So I'll fade it out a little. I can easily do that by just adding a layer on here that is white to gray, like so. Just a layer, and then like this. Not enough white to gray. Next, white to black. Oh, it's because we just had to go monochrome. That's nice. Not how part of the problem right here is that this is gone from black to gray and not black to white. Yeah, but what I can do is this, right? And we can fade them out a little bit, like so. Although that does make it look like Gunny is dying or going to die, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't expect that Gunny's dead. I mean, anything can happen, but there's no, at the moment, there's no plan for Gunny to die. But what I can do, because that's probably not what we want to do, because it does make it look like Gunny's going to just kick it. So we're not there yet. What I can do, though, is take this guy and go in with an eraser on soft, right? And just kind of softly take out that, like that. Right? Oh, you were saying he's disappearing in the background, as in you can't tell who he is. I get it now. What I can do, either mangle the thing or not. You know. There we go. Yeah. Now you can see him better. He's at least colored correctly. And I've got his eye stalks going a different direction. But yeah. That way it's not quite as... I think we're good there. So that... I'll call that good. This out. This page solid. And this page. Now with this page, I moved her over, but like I said, if I take out, just to show you, if I take this out, it's not as obvious that she's past the safe. She's not actually past the trim safe, the bleed safe. That's what this is called here. That's all right. You do what you need to do. So I'm not 100% sure. Water moving off over. I did put fraternizing instead of associating because I think that's funnier. Because of course that's the harassing, that the ribbing, good-natured ribbing. This is why I made you my first officer. I don't know if I like the shadows. Oh, yeah, no, that line's not going to be there at all. I thought you were saying move her over. I didn't want... in fact, I actually feel like she should move over a little bit more because of the converging tangents here. I don't want that converging tangent. And I'm having a problem with the shadows. Just I don't like the way they look. I feel like either I need to go in. I mean, I feel like that makes, not only does it make Bennett look a little strange, I feel like it sets a precedent that I need to put shadows in everything from now on. So, as much as this was a good experimental page, I'm feeling like I'm going to pull the shadows from it. Okay. Other statements. You didn't have any other statements for this page, so we'll call this one good. I'll pull the background off of it. And go to the next page. You didn't have anything really to say on the next page, but there were shadows. I mean, the shadows are cool here, and here it's important, but I feel like once the lights are on, the shadows are kind of weird. Because I like that shading. That works. But once the lights are on, that's the wrong shading layer. That's the wrong shading layer. What the heck? That's the wrong shading layer too. That's the right shading layer. It's not adding a lot, and it's adding a lot of time to the job. Cool. Okay, so you didn't put any other notes in here, but I put in that. So turn off the paper. Call this one good. Save. We're going to hit pages that didn't get colored in, so there's going to be some stop here at some point. All right. So I changed. So Skippy, not Skippy, skip, no, skip-a-doodle. I love these things where Angie is just being weird. She's just being weird. She's just a weird person, so not an uncommon thing for her to be weird. I dig it. It's one of my favorites. I'm glad your comment wasn't change this section here, because that's one of my favorites. All right. So you put this didn't sound so good. So I changed it to we're pretty far out of Unity's space proper, instead of so I just thought of this. And so, kind of like she's like, so hey, why are we here? That's really what she needs to say. So I just thought of this just because she's a space cadet. That's part of what. But I feel like her and her little skip-a-doodle, skip-a, whatever. So we didn't have any problems with anything else necessarily on this page. I'm going to kill some of these shadows. The shadows aren't helping. We'll just take it away from that. The pictures. Yeah, she says. Yeah, I also really need to put that they are way, way, way away, because I think the only way we're going to be able to pull off the a Navy ship takes on a 15 or a 14-year-old girl and decides to adopt her long enough for them to decide that it's more important not to turn her over, is that she has to be way, way, way out there. Way, way, way away. Yeah. Oh, no, Alrighty. Save. Turn off the page. Call this one set. Nine pages in, 10. Even the new. I changed it to our new because I do like the possessive on that. Other than that, there's no shading. Maybe turn off. Everything else looks pretty solid here. Everything looks good. Your only argument was the new, which I changed to our new. So that gives us that. Other than that, I think we're solid on this. So I'm going to turn that on. Here on this page. See. And speaking of our new pilot, which is. Okay, so I was a little confused about this. Spacing, maybe? The only thing I could think of was you were referring to my ellipses, which are difficult to do because of the way that this font has settled in. So, of course, I made my own font, and in making my own font, I'm at the whims of the font making program, and apparently it thinks that there's no kerning on either side of periods. So when you do period, 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 it just goes period, 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 like that, and just stacks them right next to each other. And that looks a little close to the word mark. Let's see what I can do. First of all, this might help us to get the text bubble out a small amount. And since I did the other side, I'll do this side as well. And what I can do to kind of fix the kerning problems is I'll put a space in, and I select the space, bring it down to like 2 or 1. That makes it look a little bit better. It's all right to do it that way, provided that you don't have a lot of them. That seems to be your only argument. Our uniform is filled in correctly. It's the correct set of colors. Solid. So turn that. Moving to here. You had said make her coffee fly. Her coffee is flying. It's just not flying front and center. So maybe we should move it. Because I agree with you, the coffee should be flying. It's fun. So let's just take her coffee and move it. It won't spill though. Legit, that is literally the point. So oh. Well. It is a funny. I agree. All right. There we go. Now the coffee cup is flying. That makes some sense. All sounds good. Yeah, I agree. Right. This is visually a good connector between the two pieces. Right there. Okay, cool. We don't have anything else that you had on here. I don't have anything else that we have on here. All of this looks good. So turn off that. Save. 12 pages back. And page 13. Here we have missing colors, so we're going to have to work on that. Yes, that we need to visually bridge them. Yes, it's true. You're not helping. Good news is you guys are all you're enlisted. Medical. See, I don't like that. It was the one guy. It's hard to see. Yeah, let's see what we can do when we get down to that. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have to remember one important thing. We're going to duplicate layers. Make sure we do it that way. And the reason is because I'm getting, it's disappearing. The information is disappearing. So you need to remember to duplicate the layer. And get in there. No, he's enlisted. He's enlisted. He's been in enlisted uniform. Man. So, hot. So heat. There you go. Reserve. Dark. Dang it. It's cut. How big? both reservists. Or not reservists. That's not the word I was looking for. Reserve. Eh? I like reservists, so that's funny. No, I'm just cracking myself up for no reason. And of course, all Marine uniforms are dark. Or dark green. On board. So, I figure this guy was probably an officer for engineering. Engineering officer. He's got stuff coming out of his pocket. So I guess officer powers. They're still in reserves. This is all my red shirts, so to speak. I think this is all engineering down here at this point. whole bunch of engineering guys. This one's like, I was winning. Oh, man. Yeah, just got off duty. They're sitting there playing cards, stuff like that. Definitely a shift. Moving battle stations quick. You got this one enlisted girl and then like 2 officers, and these guys are enlisted too. Let's mix this one, see if we can make it better. This one's got this on here. So we duplicate this one there. Perhaps towards this one. This two. Really? The line there. What's the deal? Actually, ready? Student new pilot, she broke something. I don't know what. I'm gonna do what I can. Let's find lines on it like that. Make them pop. I also feel like it just chatters everything. So instead, I'm gonna do tonal correction, level correction, bring all the grays up to the midpoint. So also desaturate. There we go. Now it sticks out a little bit better. Makes it not disappear as much. It's hard because this is, no matter what you look at, how you look at it, that's a transfer tube. That's what transfer tubes look like. So it's kind of difficult to decide how it's going to work. And make him darker, but he is enlisted. We don't want to put him in an officer's uniform. kind of colored skin. Also, no specialists at this point. I got a medical, and then all these guys, well, that's great. All of these guys are all reserve. In a ship of 48, we've pretty much seen everybody, I think, at some point here. Not like we have a lot of folks on here. Okay, feel like that's good and solid, so let's save it. Now. This one's good. We'll make sure Gunny is in the correct color. So, there's one issue we do have this. Just double check. Make sure it's team. That's team. Then I changed that so just is taken out. We seem to have glanced it though. So move the have over. That gave it a little more space there. Almost. Okay, we got almost twice here over here, and I have a problem with that. This one's the one that's most. I don't want almost twice. That's weird. Other than that, it's solid. So save this page. Move on to 15. And you said use nav error. Which I'm not actually opposed to. So long as that doesn't sound. I mean, the whole point here was she just picked up a whole bunch of techno babble. And so will this confuse the people? Because I really want people to go, oh, because, I could say, the Snurgleblatt has broken with a Bingo Bop Doodly Wop secondary backup that's been broken as well. And then somebody else goes, hey, is that a problem at the helm? Or is that a problem with navigation? And the other person's like, it's navigation. That helps kind of make it. Yes, but does that make it confusing for the layman by taking out navigation? So that's the question. I'm not opposed to taking it out. I'm just making sure we don't confuse people. So, okay, we'll leave it as is and then see if it gets flagged by my wife. Partner. I remember she's a partner. Yeah. So we'll, like I said, we'll see whether it gets flagged by the partner, the edit partner. Alrighty, moving to the next page. Didn't really have anything on the next page that you were opposed to. I can look on that one. That's what I was afraid you would say. That's bad. Looks like one of these. So what it looks like here is that I somehow merged everything down. Not happening at all. So this page fixed just a little bit. So it looks like it merged down. And as long as nobody needs to repair, yeah, visual on this paper should be okay. All right. In the future, by the way, we won't have this outer rig. I love this. This is beautiful. Like, great. These frames don't really need to exist. I learned so much from having Cat on here, but sadly, that's the end of that one for 16 pages. So now you're on part 2. Foom Shop. Looks like everything's solid here. Shrink it down so it's not here. This page is clear. So we'll call this one good. Save it. It only has 2 panels, so a lot of extra fields in here. So I'm just clearing out fields on this because this is before I learned what I was supposed to do here. So there's the top frame, the bottom frame. That's what it should be. Now we're down to one page instead of 2 pages. So we'll save it. That was more messy than it needed to be. All right. Now we're going to have one of those discussions as to whether. All right, so you've got bridge gravitics. Maybe. Oh crap. Did not go well. Or is this the one? What is it? What was going on? What was I thinking? Oh, for some reason I have flattened these pages. And I'm not sure why I flattened them. But I flattened them and then saved them. And I'm wondering whether there was a crash. Yeah. The only reason I put Skipper in there and not Bridge was because he's sharing bad news. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Skipper, bad news coming, you know. So it's a drama thing. I'm actually not opposed because I kind of just went with drama on this. Shrug. Why? This is really actually kind of annoying. Because apparently what I have done is make this exceptionally difficult for myself. But at the moment, I feel like I'm going to defer to you on this. I think you're probably much more of an expert than I am. Yes, probably most certainly you're much more of an expert than I am on this. Also, it's so funny. I actually went out of my way to have a procedure so it wouldn't mess this stuff up. And guess what? I still managed to mess this stuff up. Not sure how. I did. Alright, I'll call that one good. Save it. Fix all these pages. And then now we have page 19 is solid. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to go with you on this one, even though my writer's instinct wants to go a different direction, but I don't think that's where we're going. All right. There are no comments on this page, and we're colored incorrectly, so that's good. I'm going to. What is my problem? It's the same thing. What do I do? So, these pages are super messy too. On the screen. Just not sure why it's important to. I mean, if we need to change color for anything, we're in trouble. Like maybe they should be stuck. Because I can do that. We can make it smaller. We now know what the key wave looks like. I like that better. I'll save it. All right. Moving along. We didn't really have any comments for these guys. Let's make sure. We're flattened again. This is a little bit more of a problem because we're out of the range on things. So whatever my issue is, why did I flatten these pages? Yeah, what a stupid me moment. That's been going way too fast. Anyway. Just must be going way too fast. You don't have any notes here. Okay, so Cayman's reported to the bridge. Comes up, it looks okay. It's good. Fine there. I'm gonna fix something stupid for reasons. Oh, so please don't do the same. It's a little bit different. At least I can turn it off. That. Not having to redo crap. Alright. Alright. Too informal. Maybe Captain. Okay. Maybe. However, the tradition aboard small ships is skipper. The tradition aboard the big ships is captain. It's the same traditions that I had with Tamara. You're a skipper of ships that are destroyer or below. You're the captain of ships that are frigate and above. So, unless that really stands out, I'll go with numbers matched. I like that better. Boy, I really didn't get this. Made this difficult for myself, didn't I? Turn this off. Nope, can't turn this off. I'm losing every last bit of it. Damn it. Okay, the next time I have a brilliant idea about flattening the page for reasons, remind me that I hate myself whenever I do it. I'm not really sure why I did this. It happened so long ago, I've forgotten. My thought process was here. So make my life more complicated for reasons. All right. Okay, so here's another. Let's talk about the concepts. Good morning, Patsy. Let's talk about the concepts of how things work in um, the world of Matrix Rising. Because I feel like beings sounds weird. You know what I mean? Like if I were to say, "Hey, Brent, Patsy, how are you beings doing today?" It just sounds really weird. Like, not comfortable. Like I feel like I would say folks, but then I don't feel like folks would translate. So I will, Patsy. I will send it to you in a minute. We're gonna do the Brent pass, and then we will do the Patsy pass. We're working on the Brent pass right now. So, so I am only going to say that I disagree with um, I disagree with people versus beings. I feel like it should be beings, or I feel like it should be people because I think he'd say that in a colloquial way. So I'm gonna override that one. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it wouldn't be folks. Yeah, I get that we are all people, but I didn't want him to say we are all humans because, of course, we're not. We're not all humans. So, especially in AI. So I'm going to overrule that one. We'll just call that one, and then hope that nobody else needs to edit on this page. Yes, because I've been obviously like borked the entire page wonderfully, wonderfully borked the entire page. So that's a thing. That's a thing. And we'll move to this page. And we didn't hear anything, nothing here that really needs. She's got the correct uniform colors going. If I turn off the paper works properly, like it's supposed to. And we'll just save. Hear that? That one's easy. That was easy. Oh, yeah. I know. But most of your ideas are good. Every so often, I'm like, overriding, I think, on the fact that being sounds really forced. But it's the same thing. And maybe we'll just kind of mull it over because Patsy's going to get the next pass on it. So she can take a look at it and see whether she thinks that it feels forced or not. Bring this one up. Oh, yeah, you can't even really see that at all, can you? Never secured from GQ. That's a good point. We never stood down. I mean, she's even still buttoned up. That's what I was thinking too. They're all speaking Tamabeshi, so they're not really speaking English. We're just hearing the translation into English. Like Tamabeshi doesn't even have pronouns, so that's actually something that we're going to have an interesting scene with Alex. Is the fact that it's going to scramble up the pronouns at some point in time because the AI that does the translation isn't going to know whether Better Spec is technically male or female, or for that matter, whether any of the Jacine, which are a triumvirate, male, female, or other, and they switch depending on what position they're in. But here is definitely what I'm glad that I have you here for, Brent, because this is exactly the problem. So maybe just landing stations. Then this would be so one of my big gripes is that I can't outline without rasterizing that. And we really don't need standby medical and Marines at all. One of my big gripes with this particular program is that there's no way to outline text. There's no way to outline text. There we go. Aha! I accidentally tripped over this before. There. So Star Trek has Blue Alert, and Blue Alert is docking landing. When all the lights turn blue in a ship, it goes for docking landing. Sound landing stations. So I want I want to codify a little bit of, I mean, because obviously no Navy ship lands, not in the same way. I mean, Marine ships will come ashore, but they're not landing. This is a spacecraft that's turning into an aircraft that's turning into a landing object. So we don't have kind of a parlance for that. It's not like Navy ships actually do land. Because when you guys land a Navy vessel, it's coming ashore actually, and it's a different kind of landing. So. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? That's clicking off. All right. The only time that she curses is here. And it's because this is big enough of a deal. She's. All right, moment control. If you can hear us, this is FS 510 heavy on final approach. Altitude is nominal. Approach vector beacon 030. I feel like I need to say passing through. And this needs to say vanish. Like, as in, this is weird. There's no local traffic. That's local airspace didn't really make sense. I mean, what they're saying is passing through the local airspace. There should be traffic, but there isn't. Sure, that's not on there. No. You have any comments? This page. That's fine. Let's put it there. You didn't comments. Butts. I like butts better. Butts is good. And then your butts. I mean, butts. She's in spacesuit. The rest of the guys are not. They're Marines. Which are even. The Marine spacesuits are dark. So, let's make sure backgrounds for colors. Aim on your butts. She's Marine. There. See. You. There. You. Mouse drives. That. That. Here. This. Or Morgan Freeman. It'll be Morgan Freeman as well. Taking the Marines for a ride. But let's not forget me around. See, I'm having streaming issues. 60%. So it's about 10:30. Time for test streaming. All right. Stay frosty, looking for answers, but keep an eye out. And probably not clear as to who's talking as well. On this page. So probably what I need is, for one, probably need a balloon tail to indicate that it's coming from the ship, for one. This one's probably an idea. Stay frosty, I like. All right. Not one of my favorite pages, though. I just love all the technobabble chatter and the idea that they just throw the princess out into the air. I just think that's awesome. It's like, good luck. Whee! Fly, be free. All right. Flag. Check. Didn't really have anything on this page. Everybody looks like they're all buttoned in too, although I feel like this needs to be saturated. And we need to see this guy feet. Color is in. That's good. Save. Now, go here. I don't have any comments on this one. The other thing I want to add is the lights are snapping down. Just to give us a little bit of a sound effect that all like clack, they're all coming out. It says the LZ sucks, which is of course exactly why we have legs and why they can go do that. I don't think you had any other arguments with this, so everything's colored in properly, so everything is not colored in properly here because he was wearing a different color outfit here, so it's good with this file. To this. Didn't really have anything on this page. but this could be also a different background. So let's talk about our backgrounds here because we've got some stressy stuff going on. So this could be stressy. I don't get to use my stressy stuff very often, so I was kind of excited when I could use my stressy stuff. I'll go over here and look at our stressy stuff. I've got flames, flames, flames. Maybe not blood spatter, but chatter might be good. Like this looks like something bad. And I usually get the ability to do this, so let's do this. Right? Let's go ahead and give Manuel some of the I'm speaking bars, expression lines that I usually use. I usually use these, so I'm all excited. Ooh, look at me! Yay! Expression lines. Panel. See you in a sec. that one. Have any problems with that? Right. How does that seem out completely? All right. Been here a couple of times. I've seen. It's just light color. Yep. So this is where you didn't make your life any easier doing this. I feel like that's buttoned up in this level too. Welcome back to the stage of history. Eh. Right. He had like a skin tone before. Now he doesn't have any skin tone. He's going to do three skin tones. That didn't work. The problem I've got, of course, is to avoid area scaling problems. I need to kind of that's kind of highlight that he's just sitting here naked. Can I do this? Poor guy. I also feel like it's darker. Extract the line. So this is a trick that I'm trying to employ, but I feel like the lines got way too thick on this. Yeah, I just need to go back and redraw it. That's right. Like I said, I think it's the extra funny that the first naked person in Bellatrix is going to be this poor senator and not any of the relatively attractive females, which I think is particularly appropriate and funny and cracks me up. Better. You make my life miserable doing this. All right. That's that page. Knowing that page anymore. This, however, I'm just hoping that on this page I didn't do the stupid stuff. Nothing's colored in, so I'm guessing that the stupid stuff didn't happen yet. It didn't. Okay, good. Easy. Easy peasy. Duplicate the layer. Put it there. Put it there. Rasterize. I'm going to color this more. Same thing. get it really come on. Jeez. So these are fast buttons up here, and I feel like those guys are pretty close to what we're looking at for these things, where it adds a layer, where I need to add a layer, rasterize the bottom layer, not the top layer, yada yada yada. I feel like that's exactly what I use these for. Tone correction, desaturate, okay. Also what to do. Tone correction. Yep. Yeah. Phrasing. Yeah, we're at the fix stupid stuff stage still. So wait a minute or two before we get there. Out. And I don't even know if we had we didn't even have those turned on. So couldn't even read it. They weren't even on. Fix that whenever we're done with all the edits. Make sure that there's nothing missing from here. This color. And I know that we're out of time, but we're literally 2 pages from the end here. And I feel kind of like I've got the time to burn, so I will. We knew this was going to take some time to do this, so. But you know what? Once this is done, everything will be buttoned down on the entire thing, and I'll be much happier. Because then we'll be literally into edit land here. So it's his. Yeah, mess that up. And forms this color. major, but it's okay. And I'm not sure whether I want to go back to fix these problems. Alright, dropping out and dropping back in. Yep, we're back up. Okay, well, hang on just a second and I'll get back onto it. We have to patch something here. So that's really needs to be my color. Same thing down here. Over to this panel. It'll take a minute or two to go through these guys line by line, but I'm going to seal up here. Layer. Get to all those lines here in a second. The biggest problem, of course, is that I'm trying to keep all these things up and running. Oh yeah, there's a link missing on that one, isn't there? So all the little connectors there that you're kind of tapping on, those are all going to disappear once we're complete. But once I have to do that only when all pages have to be flattened first for to make all these little connectors right there work. So we kind of have to wait until I'm done doing all the edits before we can do that. This is the last thing we will pack up. So don't worry about it, I guess. It's TLDR, don't worry about it. Or rather, make sure that I worry about it when we get to that stage. We do want to worry about it. We just don't need to worry about it at the moment. Okay. You know what we didn't do? We didn't turn off this. Work. One more page. And we will be out. But, of course, naturally, it's one more page where everything needs to be done. This is good. Good catch. This panel. Rest of this. Well, that was interesting and unnecessary. Although accurate, so pretty much leave it. Yeah. Lock these things in. feel like I'm confused on my colors. Okay, ginger, so we're just like that. I don't think I decided the blanket is the color, so I'll just decide it's that color so it can stand out. Need a wrong panel widget. All right. Okay. Too skipper, but okay. Whoa. I gotta go back in the chat and check what you just said. It's phrasing. Art where the doc is saying, I thought of that. But this is different. DNA has a story. Like weird. Okay, weird is good. Yeah, well, we also end up with not the onomatopoeia. Then it doesn't need to be. We have a connection issue down here too. So finish this up. Yeah. Yeah, well, strange signature works. Or it doesn't work because it's not onomatopoeia, right? It's like that. You just sound like you're stuttering or whatever. All right. If we're all good, I'm going to save this page down. We're going to call it on this one. So I think we've done our first preliminary edit and tying things down. Now I think we can export multiple pages in PDF format. Pages. Okay, we need to do that. Yes, we do. And let's go ahead and, well, no, I want to keep the crop marks. The story information is where it says what page and stuff like that, and that's default borders. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to do it in gray, so we don't have to worry about it. Go ahead and do that. All right. And then we'll call it. Not bad. We did. We totally buttoned the whole thing down. We were talking last night about the new cover, so I'll show you the new cover. And there's a lot of discussion between the guys that were on last night and Can and the new back cover. We're going to have to work on this though. This text is not right, but that's okay. We're buttoning down quickly. So, not bad at all on this one. Okay. We're buckling out. And I gotta find this. And we are out. Goodbye, Brent. I won't see you tonight because I will be going to Troy's house tonight to hang out with them and watch Umbrella Academy. And I won't see you tomorrow night because D&D, so I probably won't see anybody again until Sunday night. So that's fine. But I hope you have a good weekend, and I will see you Sunday night, and we will get to cracking here. Cracking. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.